Okay, so the teaching for this time comes from the 10th chapter in The Other Shore, and it's entitled What's in a Name? And the verse from the Heart Sutra is, that is why in emptiness, body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness are not separate self entities. So the body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness are the five skandhas in Buddhism. And Thich Nhat Hanh starts out by saying, the body is a wonderful manifestation of interbeing, and also the other four skandhas. Each is a manifestation of the whole cosmos. We are used to believing and behaving as separate self entities. And we say things like, this is my body, or these are my feelings, my thoughts, my mental formations. And we even believe in my consciousness and my conscious evolution. And these are deeply embedded in our culture. So what we're working with is freeing ourselves from that. And Thich Nhat Hanh was totally dedicated to helping us break out of this separate self-identity. And I realized when I was meditating on these, how much loneliness and suffering actually gets generated from this belief of separateness. And so it's been really healing for me to go through this book so slowly and taking time with it. In this new translation of the Heart Sutra, Thich Nhat Hanh has changed the wording from the five skandhas being empty, which makes many people believe that they do not exist, to acknowledging that the five skandhas do exist, just not as separate self entities. They can't be identified as mine or me or I per se. And it is an illusion that we exist as separate selves. Humans are made of non-human elements. Humanity cannot exist itself alone. Humanity has to interbe with animals, plants, and minerals. And if we remove all these non-human elements, there's no humanity left. That is why, to protect humanity, we have to protect the animals, the plants, and the minerals. And the Heart Sutra, like all of the indigenous wisdom from the different indigenous peoples, is an ancient teaching on deep ecology. And it basically is teaching us that Mother Earth is always caring for us. When we learn to take care of the body, our bodies, the body, our feelings, our perceptions, our mental formations, and our consciousness, we are also taking care of Mother Earth. And so in our gathering together to care for each other and to care for ourselves through this mindfulness practice, we are caring for Mother Earth. And he goes on to speak about the teaching on conventional designation. When we refer to the body as body, we are applying a label to reality. The label itself is not the body, just as the map is not the territory. In our everyday language, we talk about you, we talk about me, we talk about Mount Fuji or the Pyrenees. And it is possible to actually use these terms that refer to separate selves without being caught in that idea. We can use them and know that each aspect of self is made of countless non-self elements. We can release the name as we use it and dwell in the truth of emptiness. So this is the heart of the training. And he goes on to kind of explain this by saying we find it helpful to use conventional terms like East and West. But West can only be established because East is established. If we remove one, the other is no longer there. And when I got into thinking about this, I realized that my West is someone else's East, and that my setting sun is someone else's rising sun. And I could feel it, like this merging of the directions, each inside the other. And so he goes on to speak about signlessness. The Buddhist teachings on conventional designation and on signlessness are ways of looking that can help us see for ourselves the truth of emptiness, the truth of our interbeing. They are two of the doors of liberation in Buddhism. When we see the truth of emptiness, countless other truths can be revealed. I think that's kind of amazing. He says signs are deceptive. When people salute the flag, they look at the flag with its various colors and direct their attention to their country and their people. The flag is a symbol. People are not really saluting the flag, they are honoring the country and the people. And he says signlessness doesn't mean that there are no signs. It means that we don't get caught within the label. We are instead drawn to look deeply at the true nature of reality beyond the sign and beyond its conventional use. And so this is a real deepening of life because we can kind of skid along with conventional thoughts attached to what we're talking about, which don't fully represent the reality. The Diamond Sutra says that wherever there is a sign, there is deception. This is because all phenomena carry the appearance of being born and dying, existing and not existing, coming and going, being the same or different. But all of these appearances are nothing but outer signs or marks. And when I was reflecting on this part of the teaching, I found it pretty interesting that what they say is wherever there is a sign, there is deception. And I realized how frequently I do feel the feeling of deception arise as things appear to change or to be dying or to be getting lost, especially when things get lost. And as people come and go from my life, there's often that feeling of deception. And it felt like he was really addressing that point where deception comes into our realities. And then he talks about a little plant of corn. And he says, say that you take a grain of popping corn and instead of making popcorn to eat, you plant it in some soil and grow a little plant of corn. Now the seed is no longer there, but it is an illusion to say that the seed no longer exists. It takes training to see the seed while we're looking at the plant. When we see the seed while we're looking at the plant, we are seeing the world with the eye of singleness. And this really made me reflect. I've done a Dakini practice quite a bit, and they always talk about the Dakinis with 3 eyes of wisdom. And so there's the 2 eyes where we see the designated world, we see duality and we see each other. And then there is the 3rd eye where we see through unity. And so it's a training. We're in a training to see through all 3 eyes at the same time. It's not a negation of the dual world, it's a unifying of the dual world. And Thich Nhat Hanh goes on to say, we may think that our father and mother has died, but in fact, they are always alive in us. We can get in touch with our parents in every cell of our body. Within ourselves, a conversation between child and parent is always possible. Just because we can't see the familiar sign, it does not mean that they are not there. Cause and effect always go together. If we think that the plant of corn is only the plant of corn and not the seed, we have not fully seen the corn. And if we think that the son or the daughter is only the son or the daughter and not the father or the mother, then we have not fully seen the son and the daughter. When we understand the body is empty, we transcend all signs. When we transcend all signs, we will see clearly that there is no body that is separate self-entity to be identified with as me or mine. Through practice, we are able to transcend all signs, especially signs like birth and death, being and non-being, coming and going. Even the mark or sign of emptiness must be abandoned. In order to touch the insight of emptiness, in order to touch the true nature of reality.